now I'm coming into this beautiful, beautiful light place.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and it's just so beautiful. Just glide over the most beautiful, beautiful kind of like nature scene. It's so pretty in this water. And the water is like crystal, crystal clear.
Oh, wow. And all of this is inside that mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it sounds so beautiful.
I don't know if it's actually in the mountain, or I feel like once I went through the mountain and came out like under it, I'm in another space, another place. And the water is kind of a greeny blue. It's not just blue, it's kind of like a green, like aquamarine. It's slightly different to how you would see water here.
Okay.
It's very calm, beautiful water, and I can feel the temperature of the water, and it's just like beautiful body temperature. It's not cold. There's kind of like nature scenery around, like it just seems to go on forever. But I just feel so attracted to the water. Like I can just touch the water. I just feel so beautiful.
Wow. And as you look down at your body now that you've reached the surface of that place.
It's weird, like my body's like now turned into like more of a human look kind of form.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm not sure if I have legs. I don't know if it's more like at the top of me. I can see my arms, a nice kind of slim, shapely body, but I think then my hips then start to go into maybe, I think it is a tail. And just water is just so inviting. And yeah, it's just so beautiful. It feels like home. Wow. And it feels like there's some rocks, and I can kind of, like, even though I've got a tail, like I can sit on these rocks and just look all around me at the beautiful, beautiful water. Just seems to go on forever.
Wow.
It's kind of got like different shades of green more than blue. A bluey green, aquamarine type color. But in some parts it's more like deeper in color. Oh, it's just such a beautiful place to be. I can just now go in the water and just glide along and just like twirl around in the water. And not just even like normal swimming. I can just, I just feel so free, so beautiful. I've got long hair.
Okay,
Kind of like a light browny color, but it's long and wavy.
And you said the body was becoming more of a human form?
Like I've got arms, slender arms and slender fingers, and kind of I can feel the water. I can splash the water up and then like just splash it up and let it just land on me, and it just feels so beautiful.
Body feel young or old?
Maybe 27-ish, 28. In looks it's like 27, 28. Okay. But actually it's a lot older.
Okay.
But I didn't age, how you'd expect 127.
Oh, wow.
But I just look like 27.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite slender, and yeah, it's really nice.
That sounds beautiful. Sounds so peaceful down there.
Yeah.
And does the body feel healthy or not?
The body does feel healthy, but it's starting to feel like a little cold, like the water was body temperature. And it's feeling a little bit cold, like there's wind coming from somewhere, and it's starting to feel a little bit cold. And normally,
Okay.
like, I've not really experienced what it feels like to be cold. It's kind of it's a new thing, because like the water is like body temperature, and I'm always quite warm, but this just feels like something cold is coming, like there's something cold. I've not experienced this cold before.
And you know why this is happening?
Not really. I'm just feeling like now there's a kind of mist coming in.
Okay.
And I've never really seen a mist before. And it's a cold mist. It's beginning to get colder, and I duck under the water to try and keep warm.
Warm. And does it
it
help?
is a little warmer, not warmer, but like normal under the water. But when I come up, it just feels cold with this mist.
Mm-hmm.
And now the water is starting to get very, it's not still. It was so still before. It kind of feels like there's a current in the water. And it's not so relaxing now. I've never felt this before. I just spend my time normally just relaxing here and enjoying it, but this cold is coming, this mist, and this kind of a bit of an undercurrent type feel. I've not experienced this before. It's a little bit scary.
Yeah, I bet.
It's not so strong, but it's never happened before. There's other creatures
I was
now.
going to
There's
ask if there's anyone like...
dolphins, and even the dolphins are looking worried, like they're beckoning that we need to all move.
So it seems the other animals feel what you feel as well.
It's starting to swirl now.
Okay.
It's getting quite scary. It's getting a lot stronger.
Okay. What happens
The dolphins
next?
they're moving on ahead. I'm feeling like I'm being in a bit of a kind of like, it feels like a whirlwind. It's like even difficult to stay under the water now. More of me is out of the water than in the water.
Uh-huh.
And I'm being kind of swept in this, I don't know if it's a whirlwind or a whirlpool, or I just feel like I'm swirling, and I haven't got the control I had. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening here.
Wow. And the other animals have left?
The dolphins have swam on, and now I'm being kind of taken out of the water in this kind of like whirl thing, and I'm up above the water now. And I'm looking down at the dolphins. I'm thinking that that's where I should be. And I can't swim now because I'm not in the water, I'm just in control of this swirling, whirling. It's like a whirlwind, but it's like a water whirl. And it's spinning me around and around and around, and I'm not sure what's going to happen.
All right. So let's see what happens next.
I seem to be now on some rocks, but the rocks are far away from the water. I feel like I landed like, like if you took a fish out of water and just like threw it. I just felt that like
you were thrown in the air.
Yeah, and landed on the rocks.
Okay.
It's fine. I don't need to be in the water. I can breathe above the water. So it's not like if you threw a normal fish on land, it would try to, flap about. But I just felt that thud as I landed. And I can actually feel pain in my hips. It doesn't feel so good.
Okay. And tell me, are there any others like you?
I can't see any. I can see fish, and fish are flapping about because we're far back from the water. The water seems so far away now. I just feel like I'm in a space. I can't find my water. Water is so familiar. It's all I've ever known.
Yeah.
I've swum there for many, many years.
Wow. And do you know if you have a family?
I can't see a family, but I can see a man, and he's coming in my direction.
Okay.
And he's got a beard and long hair.
Yeah.
And he's quite muscly, and he's holding, I don't know, like a stick, like I don't know what it is. It's like a fork, a big kind of fork thing. And he's coming over. And he looks like like a Poseidon type looking person.
Wow.
I don't know if that's who it is, but he looks like that.
Okay.
And he's picked me up, and he's carrying me, and he's carrying me across all these rocks. And I think I've really hurt my hips and my back.
Yeah.
And he's carrying me. He hasn't spoken, but he stroked my hair as if to say it's okay. Like, don't worry, I will help you. He's quite big and he's quite strong.
Wow. And where does he take you?
He's taking me in a kind of cave.
Okay.
And in the cave, there's actually a little pond, a little tiny water, like a little dent in the cave that has collected water. It's not like my aquamarine water, but it's water, and it's a relief to feel to be back near the water again. It's only a little bit. It's just like you can't swim or anything. It's just a place where I'm I feel it's more familiar
Mm-hmm.
because I've never been anywhere where I look around and everything is just rocks and like kind of like old brown rocks and nothing that I saw that was even close to water. So for him to carry me here,
He
I
knew you
feel.
needed the water, didn't he?
He's just stroking my hair and saying it's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you.
Is he like a human?
Mm-hmm.
But big.
He's human. He's 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 taller and bigger than me.
And how do you feel being there with him?
It feels a little bit more comforting because I didn't like feeling so, felt so abandoned and all my dolphin friends were gone and my comfort.
So it feels good to be in his presence.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we're going to leave that scene and drift and float to an important day in that life that you're looking at, a day when something important is happening, and you're there now. What do you see? What is happening?
My shape is not quite the same.
Oh,
The top part of me is still there. It's a little older. My fishy kind of scale hips thing is it's not as slender and as beautiful as it used to be. It's like I think I'm starting to age.
why do you think the aging process has begun now?
I don't know. I think being taken out of my special water.
Aha.
Like I spend time now in water. Many years have passed, and he's taken me to where there is water. He's still with me. We swim together, but it's like the magic that I was is not quite how it is. I still feel pain in my hips and my lower back. He tried to help me, but the things that he gave and it didn't quite work. It kept me alive, taking me near water, but it's not the usual water. It's not where I used to be when I was young and beautiful. I started to age. My hair is it's still long and beautiful, but it's more grey. It's still beautiful.
But not the same.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Not the same.
It's as if that water in your special place was keeping you young. And you feel good with him? Who is he to you? Are you
He's
friends?
like like, there's love there. We look after each other. He's looked after me for a long time now. And we're both kind of getting old together. He's also aged. He's been kind. Like people like me with fishtails are not just seen. So he kind of tried to keep me away from, he tried to help me to heal, but it eventually got out that I was what they called a mermaid,
Uh-huh.
and they tried to give me things to help me heal. But they were like from their time. They call it the future, but it they use like chemicals and things that we wouldn't just find where I came from, and putting those into my body. I know it was to try and help, but that's what made my body age,
Mm-hmm.
and the pain never did go. And they tried to give me so many things, but he saw that I was being, they were just using so many things on me. He thought he was doing the right thing at first, but then he realized that these things were not good for my body. So he took me away to this place. It's nice. It's nothing like where I came from, but we're cozy. We're happy here together. It's like we're together, and I know it sounds strange to have a relationship, but like he's not like me, I'm not like him, but we grew old together like we were a couple.
It sounds like you had a beautiful relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
And what else do you do during the day to spend your time? What do you do in your free time
Well,
during the
in
day?
this place we had no dolphins. Dolphins aren't here, but
Okay.
lots of other fish. He kind of to make me feel, more normal and his
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. We are in a place where there's a lot of fish, and I was able to talk to the fish, and we kind of were able to communicate. So they always swam around me and with me. They would go. It's like they. I help them to have understanding like the dolphins. So the dolphins would always go ahead and have a look and always tell us if there was any kind of threat
Yeah.
coming from outside. So I taught these fish to do that.
Oh.
They're just normal fish, but I was able to communicate with them and
Oh,
get
wow.
them to. They would always tell us if anybody is coming to find us, and if they were, we could go and hide. There was many places we could hide. It was like kind of little island, not quite an island, but the part we were at felt like an island because it was the bit that
Like a piece
was
of land.
close to the sea. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
wow.
we weren't bothered. He always hid me, and then he would talk to anybody that came and just say that I swam away a long, long time ago, many years ago, and they would give up and not look for me. And the fish
He's really
always
protective.
told us when they were coming, so I could hide away.
He was very protective of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious, how do you feed yourself in that body? What foods does that body need?
He didn't really need any food. He
Yeah.
would make food for him,
Uh-huh.
and we would sit at the edge near some rocks, and he would come and show me how he used to eat. And he would try to give me some to make me, stronger, but I didn't eat.
The body didn't need food.
And it didn't eat fish. It didn't eat food. it just took energy from the sun. That's why I used to just lay on the rocks and the sun would just warm me, and it was like, that was like food. It was like energy. It was like
Wow.
energy. Yeah, not food. Nothing at all. He's shown me food. I don't know why he said he needs to eat it to stay alive. But I can't see how that would keep anyone alive. It's like, it's not real, like what my food is, this beautiful energy, this beautiful light. And that's
And
all I need for food. And it comes through the skin, it comes through your arm. It doesn't just come through your mouth, you know, it just, your whole body absorbs this energy, just pure love energy. It's universal
sounds
light.
perfect. What about water? Do
The
you
water,
drink?
you do need the water. Um, Instead of drinking the water, it's like it's absorbed through the skin, particularly
Oh,
through the scales. The water is the whatever I need. The water comes through that way. I don't have to drink it.
oh wow. That sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So peaceful, that life, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's not as exciting and beautiful as the life I left behind in that other place, but it's just I feel his love.
Mm.
In the other place, we didn't need love. We were love. We didn't need to, you know, become couples, or we didn't even need. We didn't need anything. We didn't need or want for anything. There was nothing to threaten us, or.
Do you
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like the other place was the same Earth, the same planet?
No, it was a different. It was in the same space, but it was like a different kind of frequency.
Okay.
It was like you could nearly say it was. It could have been in the same space, but it was a different frequency. So it was like how would you say? It just like you didn't need anything. You didn't, there was nothing you had to depend on. Everything just happened by itself. Everything was just so nice, so energetic. Oh, it was just like, it was like heaven. It's like you were part of it, not just in it, you were part of the water. You were part of the it wasn't even quite an ocean. It was just like beautiful. But then that whirl wave
Yeah.
thing that came,
Yeah. I was gonna ask.
I'm not sure where it came from. It was certainly something that we've never experienced there before, and that interfered with the frequency of the place
Mm-hmm.
and took it like down, down, down into a lower frequency. And
Okay.
it was not anything that I had control of. I couldn't get back there. I think it was, well, first when my back and my hips became damaged, I don't know if I would have survived if he didn't find me, but the things they gave me, the chemicals, they kind of like took me into, well, it wasn't a hospital because it needed water, but it was a space they made where they did things to me that kept my frequency low. So there was chemicals, there was all kinds of medicines they gave me to try and heal because I wasn't able to move my my tail from my hip. It was almost paralyzed, so they did so many things to try and fix that. All the interference they did with that interfered so much with my makeup that I could never go back to that place. I dreamed of that place, but I've become to love this man, and soon I stopped dreaming about that place and just settled into the knowing that we were to be together and that he needed me. At first I felt like I needed him because I couldn't really move from my waist down, but then his love helped me heal. Sometimes the pain is still there, but I grew to love this man, and although it was a completely different life to the life I'd known, it was different, and I couldn't leave him. The love in his eyes.
And how do you communicate with him?
We talk.
And are you able to, or did you have any children, or were you able to?
Well, that's what I wasn't sure. At one time, there was fish, but I think they were just in the sea and became our children.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we did try to have a children, even 3. But no, it didn't work. It didn't. They never came
Wow.
to term. That's where we adopted the fish as our family, and it just became a new life, a different life.
And you say you don't need to eat or drink, but do you sleep?
Not so much sleep, more he sleeps and I just lie in his arms, like but usually a little part of me is so it would be nearer the edge of the rocks where there's sand, and he would sleep on the sandy bit and I would just lie with him until he was asleep, and when he's asleep then I would swim a little, but I can't swim like I used to swim. It's...
Is that because of your back?
So that's why I don't do so much. It's more just in this space. I don't do an awful lot anymore.
Yeah.
I watch him sleeping.
And have you ever met anyone else like you? Any other mermaids?
Not here.
No?
No.
And do you remember your family?
In the other place, it's more we would... it would be family. We would feel like we're family, but I don't know. I don't think we were... there were others, and they just felt like family. We just felt so close. But physically, what you would call family, no, we weren't. We were just we were separate but together, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But we spent a lot of time alone, not so much together. We in those you were whole as you were. You don't need somebody to complete you.
Mm-hmm.
We
So in
all we spent time together, but we spent equally time apart, and time apart would be like many, 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 many years apart, and you would never feel alone. You knew your family were out there, but we didn't have to, hang out together as such. But with him, I like to be around him. I feel like he had a deep love for me, and I had a love for him. He did his best. He thought he was doing the right thing, getting me what they called medical help. But I healed more when we moved away from that, and it was just me and him in our secret place with our fish friends. And the
yeah.
fish were just like, they weren't like dolphins. They were just like kind of like flat oval kind of fish with scales, like complete scales. No, like proper fish. But they became part of our families. Our family. They were our children. Many, many, many years there. Many, many years.
All right. Well, we're going to leave that sea now and drift and float to another important day in that life you're looking at, today when something important is happening and you're there now. What do you see? What is happening?
I'm just so old now.
Oh, okay.
And I know we're not going to have much more time together.
Okay.
And we've been discussing what he should do with my body. Because if, he takes me into the town or lets it known that I lived and I died, because they think I left many years ago. So we had a discussion that he's just got to bury me deep, deep, deep in the sand.
And is he getting old with you, or
Mm-hmm.
are you getting
No, he's
old?
old also.
Old also.
He's not so he before he was quite muscly, and he's getting old too. We kind of age together. But we've had a discussion that when he buries me deep, deep in the sand, that he's got to put lots of stones on top of me so my body doesn't surface. It's not a nice thing to have to talk about, but there's a part of me that kind of feels this was just a place I came to experience, and I know that there's something beyond this. I don't think he thinks there's anything beyond this. I feel there is. So my body is getting so old now, and I've just asked him to promise me that he will do that. He's crying because he doesn't want to do that. He said he just wants to hold me forever, but we can't do that. Mm.
And what would you say is wrong with the body for it to be
Feels
dying?
like something in the breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the human top part of the body is holding, like, yeah, in the breathing, and I still have the pain in on the bottom part of the body. I don't think it's what happened to the bottom part of the body that caused that I'm leaving this body. It was more to do with like breathing. That
Yeah.
wouldn't happen where I came from. Like it's not we didn't have illness there. But here,
Is that because of the lower frequency that you spoke
possibly,
of?
possibly, it doesn't feel like I aged here. Like it's not, we don't age,
Yeah.
but here I've aged. It's like I was taken out of where it's come to me like a fish out of water, and I really was like a fish out of water because even the water that I was in before was a completely different water. It was soft. It was it just the memory of that water was so beautiful, and whereas like the water that I've had to survive in here, it's like it's cold and it's not clear and. There are there's slight pollution, not big, but enough that enters like we take in our breath from the water.
Mm-hmm.
We take our energy in from the water as well. So as I take in that polluted water, it's over the years,
Mm-hmm.
it was fine at the start, but over the years it's taken its toll and it's brought on like breathing and kind of chest problems.
Yeah. Okay, so it's caused
It's
problems with the lungs.
and it's kind of time to go now.
All right. And is this the last day of your life?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And he's still just stroking my hair. He always stroked my hair. When I was in the other place, nobody ever stroked my hair, so
It feels
this
nice,
was
doesn't it?
nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
But I have to leave this now.
All right.
I have to leave him.
All right. So now, whatever has already happened, and you've drifted away from that body, drifting and floating away to the other side, and now you're there. And from this perspective, you can easily look back on that entire life and see what was important about it. What would you say was some of the lessons that you learned in that life?
I learned that sometimes things are done differently. That you can fall in love with somebody who's not like you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to. Yeah, I think the lesson was I can fall in love with somebody who's not like me.
That's a wonderful lesson to learn.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you learn in that
I
life?
learned love, a human kind of love, which wasn't like where I came from, was like we were love. And here, it's like I experienced the emotional love. I saw his emotions. I saw the love. I saw it in his eyes. Um, I didn't. I grew to know that what I felt for him was love. But I don't know if I experienced it as a human, a real human would. But it was just contentment, I
Yeah.
would call it. It was nice. We were together.
Oh. And what would you say was the purpose of that life?
To experience things that I could not have experienced in the other lifetime, to experience pain, to experience love, um, to experience what it's like to be a fish out of water. Because I guess sometimes Debbie feels like a fish out of water. And it was a kind of, that's why maybe.
It's as if that whirlwind happened for a reason, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
To take you out
And
of your
that
comfort.
sometimes whirlwinds, they come along and they can toss everything up in the air and they can make it feel like it's coming to the end, and that really, there can be peace and contentment and nice times after it. So
It was like a new beginning, wasn't
mm-hmm,
it?
mm-hmm,
Of a different life.
mm-hmm,
And now that you're there on the other side,
I can breathe. The first thing I
yeah.
did was like, whoo, take a breath. It's like I hadn't been able to breathe, but on the other side is light, there's breath, it's not water, but it feels like water. I can float again, I can move again, I'm free.
And what else do you see on the other side? Is there anyone that comes to
A
greet you?
light, a light, and I can see a reflection of myself. And it's like I am light. And when I was on Earth, it was a bit, grey, but when you come here, it's just this beautiful light, and I become part of the light, and I no longer need my body or my tail to be and swim in this light. It's just something you swim in, and it's just everything. You can just drop everything. I don't have to worry about him. I don't have to worry about anything. It's just this beautiful, beautiful light.
And do you see anyone? Anyone comes to greet you, or?
Not really. It's more just this beautiful light. And it was like when that whirlwind thing took me and it was dark. This is like the opposite version of it. It's like this whirlwind taking you, and it's light and it's beautiful and it's just so light, so bright.
And what happens next up there in the other side?
Just breathing, it just feels so nice to breathe.
What else happens in this place?
It's just this swirling, 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 and bright light, and I've just become it, part of it. I breathe the light. I don't mean, not like I breathe the light, it's like the light is breath.
Yeah.
And the light, it's everything. It's just all becomes one, and it kind of like it nearly separates and becomes two and swirls around each other like, I don't know, like what we would say with sometimes are shown what the DNA looks like, I think. It's kind of like this swirling amongst itself.
And you spend a long time in this place?
There isn't really time, so it's hard to say how long, but it's just swirling and nothing much is happening except swirling and
It's peaceful.
mm-hmm.
You could have brought forth many different lifetimes to show her today, but you chose to show her the life of that female mermaid. Tell her specifically, how does that life as the mermaid correspond to her current life?
Well, some of the pain that she's holding in her lower back and her hip is connected to that lifetime when she fell on the rocks. It originates from there. Also, it's to show her, like, she's a little bit scared of water. She's she doesn't like to go out of her depth, and it's to let her see that when she lets herself free and trusts, she becomes part of the water. There's nothing to be scared of. It's something she's had many, 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 many years playing in and living in.
Well, that was her life, wasn't it? Was living in that water. What a beautiful thing to see.
She loved it.
Yeah.
She loved that lifetime. Many, many years.
How long ago would you say that lifetime was? In our human time?
Well, it's difficult in human time because in a way that life is still, it's still playing out. It's more like a parallel life. So it's just everything happening everything is happening now. So in a way, it's still there. If we talked in human terms, it's, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. But it's...
But because time doesn't exist, it's all happening at once, you say. That's so difficult for us to wrap our human minds around that, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And that's sometimes why we carry things, from other lifetimes, because we're still a little bit attached to them. She was more attached to this man, and this man, he didn't even have a name. They didn't use names.
I was going to ask her that.
No, he didn't even have a name, but, she felt she wasn't attached to him, but she was more attached than she thought she was. It was, he turned out to be her protector, so she was quite attached to him. She still is, in a way.
Why was it important for her to see that?
Because it's funny, Debbie, she often wonders about relationships and blah, 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 and the rest of it. And, like, what she more misses is just that lying together when they sleep, They didn't really, they didn't have so much a sexual relationship. It was more just holding each other.
Yeah.
And that's that's where Debbie in this lifetime is just as happy to just be held and to hold someone.
She said in that lifetime, it felt like when she was carried up by the whirlwind or water whirlwind, was she transported into a different dimension or a different frequency? Can you explain that better for her?
Into a
How?
different dimension. The dimension that she was in was like 12, and then this whirlwind came along. It came from others experimenting. It was even it was slightly linked to the kind of thing that happened in Atlantis.
Okay.
Kind of directly, indirectly, but it was a spin-off from that, and the interference caused that whirlwind, and what caused lots of beautiful beings who had a beautiful energy and a beautiful frequency. It interfered with the frequency and brought them down. She saw it in the form of, a dark whirlwind, but it was quite simply, the drop in frequency connected to the Atlantean times.
Would you say that that was the Atlantean times that was ongoing at the same time?
Yes and no. It was. She wasn't that. She was in Atlantis, but this
Not in
particular
that.
time, it wasn't. It was connected to it, but it wasn't it. But it was um, part of the cause came from those times and just rang out in other lifetimes that were happening at the same time, in a way.
Well, because everything's happening at the same time, isn't it?
Absolutely everything.
So it's almost like it sent like a sound wave, or and it had a ripple effect on everything else. Would you say this was on Earth, even though it was a different dimension?
It wasn't. Where she ended up was on a planet that was more like Earth, because it was the frequency. It was Earth. It held the frequency of the Earth. The older, third dimensional Earth, which at the moment is it's starting to mingle out, and we're more with the higher versions of Earth now. But it was one of those older versions of Earth, which was it was trapped in the third dimension, and there was no. That's why she couldn't. She wanted to go back where she came from, but it wasn't possible until the time is right. The time is right now, so everybody who's in a lower dimensional Earth or other planet gets to move ahead.
And how does one do that?
Everybody has everything inside them that they need. It's like little packages that start to open, and they get all the information, everything that they need. It's all inside. And when we are still and we listen to what we hold within, and the guidance will come, and everybody will do and go and be what they came to be.
And you said Earth is in a higher dimension now. We're not in the third dimension anymore. Is that what you're saying?
There's kind of like, it's like, well, everybody in a way has their own version of Earth of varying, in varying degrees. There are people who are not ready to go ahead with the higher dimensional versions of Earth that are available. It's up to everybody. Everybody can choose whatever version of Earth that they resonate with, that they came to experience. In a way, everybody chose already. Everybody's just experiencing what they chose to experience.
Yeah.
And some will continue to stay on the lower versions, and others will go to the higher
And
dimensions.
because you've brought this up, I was wondering if you could explain to me, how does that affect the relationships that people have here on Earth? As you move up and you discover things about yourselves and things come to you and you manage to raise your frequency, how does that affect the relationships around you?
Well, a lot of the time on Earth, we feel we need somebody. There's something that we try to, a part of us that where there's like a hole, where there's a void,
Yeah.
we fill it with, what we feel we need from others. The higher we go in dimension, we no longer need to fill those holes. We can become complete. In a way, that's why Debbie's not in a relationship at the moment, because she's complete as she is. She's not feeling the need for a relationship, and it will come to a stage where we will all be complete, and then we won't need to rely on each other. We'll still be in relationships. We will still have things in common. There will be still lots of, things to discover. There's lots more to come, but we won't feel that searching that we did in the lower vibrational art, where we're always searching, we're always looking for that someone, for that something to fill that void. That will no longer be a need. It doesn't mean there won't be relationships. There will be, but there will just be more. Not like so many people are in desperation, to find somebody,
Yeah.
and that feeling goes. So that need goes, and then it will be more that you will just attract somebody on your own, frequency. You start to find that even your friendships, everything, are people on your own frequency. Eventually, I guess it's gonna get to a stage where we will no longer have friends that are in lower dimensions. And
Yeah.
it not in a bad way. It's just that we attract what we are.
That's basically what I was asking. Is it like, because we moving up in dimension and frequency, or moving to another frequency or dimension, is it that we simply just cannot even see those people anymore, or like we're just not attracted to them anymore, therefore there is no longer that relationship, in terms of not necessarily a romantic relationship, but a
They
friendship?
will still exist, but they will exist in their version of their Earth, and they will still have, a like in their, they will have a lower version of you, but it's
Ah,
not necessarily going to be the you. You are the one where your consciousness is, but they are making their own projection, so they would project still a lower version of you.
right. But
And
you don't bring them from that dimension
no,
over to
because you
yours.
are projecting a higher dimension of their
Ah,
who they were. So you can stay with people, but there are people who the frequencies are just so far apart that they will exist, but you will not meet. You'll not meet anymore.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, wow, that's so fascinating. And just one last question about that life. Is the reason that her body started to deteriorate because of the lower frequency and then the chemicals that they used? She said something like it was a different time. So I know, like you just said, time doesn't exist, and it's kind of happening at the same time because everything's happening at once. So it's sort of a parallel life. But she had said at the time that it felt like they came from a different time. Is it as if she was transported to a different dimension, but also a different time period? Or no?
Well, it appeared that way to her.
Okay.
In that it wasn't necessarily a different time period, but it appeared that for her to have that experience, so the whole, you know, fabric of that universe that was created made it appear to be that. But she's still in the higher dimensional version of her where she is swimming in that ocean still. That beautiful green, that still exists. Everything exists. It's all existing at the same time. It's where your frequency is now into what version you tune into. Her frequency at the moment, it's high, but it's not high enough to be this version of her here, the vessel who's lying here. She's not on a high enough frequency to be able to tune back into that 12th dimensional version of her, and she will never want to reduce her frequency as much as she loved that man to be in that version again. So she won't experience that again. She will experience kind of the midway between those two versions of her. But it's not just those two versions. There's so many versions of all of us, many, many, many versions. So it depends where you tune in, where your frequency is tuning into to find, that version of you.
Yeah.
And you can only do one, really, although everything is happening at the same, everything exists. Not so much it's happening, everything exists. But it depends which you tune into, where you tune in. And part of that is also what you chose before you came here anyway, because you wanted to have so many different experiences.
That man in that life, is he in her life right now, in this current life, or was he in this life? Does he have any soul significance to her?
They've been in a few lifetimes together, but that was the most significant.
And he's not in this life?
In this particular one, no.
No. Okay. Thank you. I apologize for the coughing. Okay. All right. Now, as you know, she came in.
You need to speak your truth. The cough you'll continue to get these things in your throat. You've got some more truth that you need to release. You need to be strong. You need to be big, and you need to let people know who you really are. And that will help to ease it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As you know, she came in with a list of questions. Would it be okay to get ready for those? All right. And would it be appropriate to ask for a scan of her body?
Mm-hmm.
So please start scanning her body. We're looking for any area of the body that needs attention. We do expect full and complete healing today.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, where are you focused on in her body for healing?
Actually, starting at the feet, and the feet are connected. A lot of her leg injury, knee, hip injury is to do with that lifetime.
Okay.
And the feet were the part that would help to, as a mermaid swimming,
Yes.
as some of it came from that very end of the tail bit, so that was be the feet. So she needs to do she's nearly doing it as we hear, like you put her feet in circular motions to release up some of that. She will have healing of the legs, and that's where most of her problem comes from, the waist down in the legs. It's to do with that lifetime. And now that she understands about that lifetime and how she was, like, in a way, she was trapped in that lower dimensional earth. And now that she recognizes that it wasn't quite a trap, it was something that she agreed to do and experience, she can start to release the pain. It's actually easing as we speak from the waist down, the hips, the thighs, the legs, the knees.
Oh, wonderful.
It can start to release.
And is there anything physically wrong in that area that needs to be worked on?
It is. She has got a pinched nerve,
Okay.
but that's how it's manifesting in this lifetime.
Okay.
Um,
And what can you do to fix that pinched nerve so that even with the recognition of that lifetime and not being trapped, really?
okay, we're working on it now.
Yeah.
It actually, that trapped nerve actually travels all the way down, and it's entangled with her big toe in a way.
Oh, wow.
So we're starting to ease that a little bit.
And how are you doing that? I'm so curious.
It's just like from, it's kind of like a energetic thing, like a little burst of energy we gave, and it just starts to loosen up the whole nerve that runs the whole way through. It was really a little bit messed up, that one. She's ignored it for some time. She's also had a lot of trouble in both her knees and bending.
Yeah, she
And
said.
some of that is not even physical. It's in her mind. She's just scared that if she, bends her knees that much, she's just scared what's going to happen. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Releasing this nerve is going to help.
Okay. All right. As you continue to release that nerve, can you move on to her left knee, perhaps, and see what's going on there?
Nothing much at all.
So the
That one
pain
is a little bit in her mind. The right knee was a problem. A lot of the cartilage grew back. She
right?
managed to
She
do
said
that.
that. That's
She did.
amazing.
She did.
Wow.
Um,
So it's in her mind, you say?
in the left one, it's more in her mind. The right one, It's more that she, like, she feels somehow she has to get down on her knees and there's something in her mind that she feels like she's so like the things that she wants, she feels has to get down on her knees and beg, and there's no need to do that. She's quite capable of doing so much.
So what does she
It
need?
was just an old pattern that was in her mind. It wasn't even, we're not even sure how that was affecting her, because it was something that she kind of let go of a long time ago. So again, it was more in the mind connected to that. She will be able to do it in time. It'll just take, it's more her mind. She needs to,
I was going to ask, what does she
yeah.
need to do to
She
change
needs to
that?
trust that that she can bend her knee. When this nerve is worked on, which we're working on at the moment, we're also working a little bit on the knee, because she holds herself in all kinds of positions in bed, and it's easier when we to take her mind away from it. We can work on her better when she's asleep.
Okay, so
So we'll be
you'll
working
work.
on not just the nerve, also her mind.
Okay, and how many days would you say until she feels completely better from her back, hips, her leg, her knees, and she has no more pain or no more discomfort?
I'm seeing 4 days.
Okay, very good. And in those 4 days, you'll work on her during the evening while she sleeps. Very good. If you could continue any healing that you can today so that she'll feel better when she gets up, we'd be greatly appreciative of that.
She's all good most of the
Anything else
way.
that comes to your attention in her body?
Now all seems we're up to the chest, the neck, the head. No, all seems good.
All right. Well, she had a few health problems that she would like addressed. Is it okay that I go ahead with those as you continue the healing? As she is concerned about her red face that has come up more recently, and can you tell her about that and what the cause of that is?
A lot of it is to do with our own energy. Our own energy is quite powerful, and it's like got no ways to come out sometimes, and somewhere to, it's like there's a part of her who feels it has to be stored, but it can be released into the earth, and she still will have that powerful energy that she's got, but she's just feeling like she needs to hold on to that energy to help people. She herself hugs so many people, but she feels she needs to hold that energy to be able to give those special hugs, but she doesn't. It's a free thing. It's nothing that needs to be held onto, isn't going anywhere. It's not going to disappear. It's not going away.
So is it because she holds onto this energy that the energy sits in her face? Okay.
That's part of it.
So how could she, in that case, release that energy in a safe way, in a good way, that would remove the redness from her face?
If she just starts to understand that she doesn't need to hold it. And I mean, she does a lot on the earth, standing on the earth, releasing and everything else, but she still holds on to some of that energy because she doesn't want to let it go. She thinks she has to keep it, but she doesn't. She can just let it go.
And so if she lets this energy go, her red face will not, it just won't happen anymore. Okay, very good. She was wondering about weight gain. Recently, she has been the heaviest she's ever been, and no matter whatever diet she tries, nothing works for her. Can you explain to her why this is happening?
She doesn't need any special diets or anything else. She's getting to a stage where she's going to not feel so hungry, not eat so much. She'll start to eat things that are better for herself. It's like at the moment, a lot of people at the moment have got so much power, and they're holding that power in their bodies. They haven't quite used all that power. They haven't released it. They're still. It will all work itself out in time. She doesn't need to do an awful lot. It will. She doesn't need to go on any special diets. A bit more exercise would help because she's very bad on that. Like stretching and moving. She needs to do that. Not exercise as in running or lifting weights or things like that. But she does need to move and stretch and let everything flow through her body. She's very much, she holds on to a lot of the energy. And energy flows. She needs to understand that. She knows that, but she needs to not need to feel she holds on to it. Just let it flow more. And then her weight will sort itself out by itself.
She will get to a healthy weight, the healthy weight she wants.
A healthier weight, a much healthier weight. It'll take a little bit of time, but her whole eating and everything is going to change. She's going to feel that the thing she loves, her glass of wine, eventually even that will go.
Okay.
But she will continue for another while, and eventually she will see that that's also connected to something that she doesn't need anymore.
Okay. That's very interesting. Thank you. Her eyes, she obviously can see perfectly here. She doesn't need glasses to see, but she would like to read without her glasses. Would that be possible to work on her eyes?
Soon everybody will be able to do that anyway. Nobody will need glasses or anything else. It will happen for her too.
Okay. And why is it that it will happen for everyone and for her?
We will get to a stage where there's not going to be any ailments, anything that we're holding on to now are just things that we wanted to experience in this lifetime. And it's time for people to let those go. As we rise in frequency, it will all go, it'll all fall away. We will no longer feel pain.
Oh, wow. So you said soon she won't need glasses anymore to read. Okay. And she will know when this day is. Yeah. How will she know specifically? Because I guess she just puts on her glasses as normal to read.
I think she's starting to notice actually that sometimes, when she can't find her glasses, she makes herself see, and it's sometimes she's been relying on them when part of the time she hasn't noticed that she is seeing better.
Oh, I see.
But she hasn't even noticed. When she
Okay.
thinks back, she'll realize that before she couldn't see anything without her glasses. Now she's always losing her glasses, but she's got a pair in every room. And she still loses her glasses, and she still doesn't realize that, the reason she loses them so much is she doesn't need them so much.
Wow.
I'm trying to tell her.
Is that a little hint from you?
Try to tell her in these little ways.
All right. And another thing that Debbie worked on today was her teeth. She has a few missing teeth that fell out with biting into a piece of chocolate. And she has one cracked tooth also that she would like to be totally repaired. What are you able to do today to grow those 2 teeth? I know you're capable of anything. I mean, she herself, even without your help, grew back the cartilage, didn't she?
She did.
What are you able to do today to grow back those 2
The
teeth?
teeth are a little bit more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is to do with her mindset and moving on. She doesn't believe it's possible. You know, it's like because the cartilage, you can't see the cartilage, you can't physically see it, but because you can physically see the teeth, she's got a belief that it can't be done.
Yeah.
Because, like, how is it going to happen? Is it going to grow like a baby tooth again and grow on? Is she just going to wake up one day and find, oh, she's got teeth? Yes, she is going to wake up one day and find she's got teeth, and she's going to forget that there was a time when she didn't. When that is going to be is up to her to decide.
Okay.
She needs to release that that belief, and that's something she has to work on herself, that it can't be done, because yes, it can be done.
Okay. So it's removing that
And
limiting
we
belief.
will help maybe with the front tooth to let her see that if that can be healed, that there's hope for the rest. That will be a little hint when she starts to notice that that's starting to sort itself out. Then she can give, because she won't. She'll say, "Oh yes, it can be done." She doesn't believe it, because she doesn't believe it. It's not going to happen until she does.
And even though you would be helping her today, she won't.
No.
She doesn't believe it now, so you cannot do it.
Yeah,
Is that what
no,
you're saying?
it's her belief
Okay.
system. Yeah.
And so at the time when she is ready to believe,
It can happen.
what exactly should she be doing? What is the process for her to
She
then...
doesn't need to do anything. She just needs to work on the belief system.
Okay.
And then one day she'll just realize she's got teeth and think, was it a dream when she didn't have teeth?
Okay. Oh, wonderful. And so for this front cracked tooth, what can you do today for her?
We're not sure what we can do about that today, to be honest. It's, again, part of her belief system. I don't know if her conscious mind is coming into this too much, but it's preventing us from doing anything today.
Can you help move her conscious mind away to that wonderful, beautiful place that she created?
Okay, if she herself, what she needs to do is put a little bicarbonate of soda and some vinegar and just try and hold it in her mouth at her tooth for a little while. It will start to lighten up, and the crack will then be able to heal. It doesn't want to heal around the darkness.
Okay.
So that needs to be removed first, and then it will be as if it didn't exist.
Okay. And once the dark tooth has lightened, you can come in and complete the healing of that tooth. Okay. And how long would you say it would be until that tooth
We're
is...
looking at about 6 weeks.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. She'll be so pleased about that. I just know she will. All right.
You know, part of the reason her teeth is that it prevents her smiling. She tries not to smile. She does a smile with her mouth closed.
Yeah.
And it's so that she will start to learn how to do the inner smile. Because when she does the inner smile, that's the one that helps to increase the frequency, the vibration, and it will bring her closer to her true self.
Oh, is that why that all happened with her teeth? Oh, wow. It's fascinating. Okay. How's the healing going on that hip and the knee?
They feel good right now.
Yeah? Okay, still carrying on with that? All right. I'm going to get on to her questions, if that's okay.
Yes.